okay. Obviously very happy with today's performance. I thought our first half was outstanding. Starters got us off to a great start, and we were able to do our 5 in, 5 out a little bit. I thought that was good, and just really proud of the way the guys approached it. We had a couple good days of practice after the good wins in Charleston, and I thought our team showed maturity, being ready to play tonight in a different situation. So I thought we shared the ball really well, moved the ball very well, got down the floor real well in transition, and it was a great night because a lot of guys got to play, and it's crazy. I think everybody scored a field goal. So 12 guys, 12 baskets. 12 guys made baskets, which is fun too. So good night for us.
Yeah, it was clear that this game could have been one where the focus drops off a little bit. How did you feel in the second half about the focus coming out?
I thought it was still pretty good. We didn't play great. We didn't make shots. We missed a bunch of threes. But for the most part, we did fine. I was upset a couple times in games when I thought our intensity level was low. I don't think our intensity level was low. Give them credit. I thought they made some shots, and a couple of them were hard shots. And, that's going to happen. But our effort level was good. Energy level was good. And I thought guys were played as a team tonight, which is what we kind of emphasized before the game was let's make sure we play as a team, and we did.
Yeah, hey, Brad, this is Grayson. It feels like Jestin Porter is really starting to find a groove offensively. Just what have you seen from him in Charleston and tonight?
Yeah, just he's a shot maker, and we want him to be aggressive. We're trying to find him when he's open, and I think, he's getting more comfortable playing in our system and style and with the guys, and so you're seeing a guy who, is finding ways to make baskets, and, that's good for our team. We need that.
With the game sandwiched in between the Classic and 2 top 10 opponents, is it nice to just kind of have a fun night where everyone does get to play together?
Yeah. Obviously, it's nice to have a game where you're ahead at halftime at a point where you really don't have to worry too much about the second half. We had 2 very hard games, West Virginia and Georgia, nail biters that went to the end and grinding games. This one was a little bit more, certainly relaxed and enjoyable for the guys, but it was that way because they approached it the right way. They practiced well, they prepared, and I thought they had a really good mentality tonight to compete.
Chase Thompson said he felt like played his first good game in a while. Just what did you see from him?
I thought he was, we talked to him a little bit about, hey, you got to stay aggressive, and I thought he was. He got a nice back cut layup. He made a 3. He took another 3. He's going to be a good player here, and there's going to be some games where he gets a bunch of minutes, and there's going to be a few games where it's not going to be, as easy to always put him in. And but we have a lot of confidence in him. He's growing the right way. He wants to be a good player. He wants to learn. Like a lot of kids, he can try too hard sometimes, but. He was good. He practiced well the last 2 days, and I thought he would play well tonight, and he did.
Yeah, with the freshmen in particular, you talked in some of those early games that were blowouts, how the second half kind of wasn't as good of habit building as you wanted to see. Has that improved? It's improving.
There's still a lot of things. There's just so many things that they kind of don't know. Little scenarios that pop up in games, and especially sometimes when there's a big lead, like you take possessions off. You just don't play quite as hard, or you don't know, maybe you should get involved here a little bit more. The urgency isn't quite what you want it to be. Maybe you have a little carelessness on an offensive end with a bad shot or a careless turnover. Those are normal. It's normal behavior. But you're trying to train them that, every possession matters. Everybody talks about next play. Well, that's because we want you to win the next play, whatever that is. And there's a lot of plays. So, that could be 150 plays in a basketball game. So you got to keep, and they come quick. So you got to keep yourself focused and ready to compete. And that is the habit building that we're talking about.
Have some of those veteran guys stepped up to help address that and get those younger guys to realize that?
Yeah, but there's some older guys that are habit building too, because we do things different, and some of our habits are different than where they played, and I think we coach to pretty good detail here, and so that's probably more than some, and but I think our guys are doing very well. I'm proud of them, and again, very pleased with tonight's performance.
Coach, you mentioned I think everybody that played was able to make a shot tonight. How's that, having that depth?
Yeah.
Especially in the long season.
Yeah, it's funny. I think Tim Beret said something to me about maybe we've had 6 different leading scorers this year. Terrell McIntyre, it's funny because he's always shocked at how we score in the 90s some games and nobody ever has 20. And that happened in even a couple of our scrimmages and exhibitions, and I don't know if we've had a guy score 20 points yet. I don't think anybody scored 20 tonight. And so, but that's the strength of our team, is we have a versatile group with a lot of different guys that can score, make plays, and I think our guys do a good job of sharing the ball, and whoever's hot that night probably scores a little more.
I felt like you guys were living in the paint tonight. Was that a point of emphasis, and what did you like?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of, especially in the first half, our miss offense, getting down the floor, getting the ball ahead, finding some, couple of easies, whether it's off of throw-aheads and drives or throw-aheads and in the post. And so I also thought our ball movement was good, so we got them in rotation a little, and guys made some pretty good decisions, driving and one-mooring to each other. So it was really good. Drive, kick, swing is something we talk about, and thought our guys did a good job of that.
Going into 2 tough matchups, has your confidence grown in knowing what lineups to put out on the floor now that you've had more time?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we have a little better feel, certainly, of our personnel, and we're still doctoring things and trying to coach guys up. But we certainly know a lot more now, heading into December than we did in November. Obviously, we're going to take a major step up in competition here these next 2 games. It'll be really good for our team. It'll be very challenging. But, we'll continue to learn and grow from those experiences.
Any more questions for Coach? Grayson? All right.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.